back to my channel According to Kat. If you are new here, please introduce yourself in the comments below. If you're returning, just say hi. And what are we making today? Well, today we are making more home decor pieces on a budget using Dollar Tree and other really affordable products. If you'd like to know what supplies I've used, just check out the description box. I'll leave a list down there. And with all that being said, let's get right into the video. Starting out with DIY number 1. So the first thing I did was I took these Amazon wooden letters. I love this pack. You get about 8 to 10 of each letter in the pack. And I do think it's a really great deal. Perfect size to make signs. Use them all the time. Again, if you want to check them out, I'll leave a link below. I'm using this little wooden frame from Joann Fabrics. It is a St. Patrick's Day frame. I got it on a clearance rack a few years ago, and I just pulled off the little shamrock that was on there, and I'm getting ready to make it into a Christmas sign. And I am just taking this painter's tape, going right around the edges so that I get a nice clean edge. And you can see I do have some Dollar Tree snowflakes, wooden ones there on the side, and I will put those on the side sign as well. You can see I'm using my Waverly chalk paint in white, and I am just covering this really well. I do believe I think I used one coat, but I just kind of like touched up anywhere that I thought was light later. I don't even know if I did that. That might not even be true. Okay, now I'm just revealing that really crisp edge, and I love taking off the tape to reveal that. And you can see here I'm just using some regular hot glue, and this was my way to cover up that little wooden raised piece where the shamrock was. It was like a metal shamrock. So you can see I'm just using some hot glue right there on these little snowflakes. At this point, I am just laying out all of my letters and trying to figure out how I want to place them on the sign. I decided on this formation with the arc at the top and straight across the bottom, and I am going to use my super glue gel, which I get from the Dollar Tree. I do love this stuff, and mostly because of that precision tip, and I can get on these tiny little wooden letters, and I just need the littlest bit. I don't put a lot on or it will seep out. You could see I'm just squeezing a little bit and then just kind of like running it right over the letters. I'm using a piece of, I don't even know what that is. What is that? I'm using something to keep my line straight at the bottom where it says snow, and that just makes sure that I'm going straight across and not like at a diagonal or something like that. I'm using some Vaseline, and I just put that right there on the tip so I can get that lid off when it's time. And this looks adorable already. So I am just taking some greenery that I have in my stash, and I am going to put it right here on the edge. I am not doing anything with this wood. I've been really into raw wood lately, so I decided that I'm going to use it as a table sign and I'm not going to hang it, but I wanted the option to be able to hang it, so I just took that jute that was already on the back and I just put a little bit of hot glue just to tack it down, using that same hot glue to add this greenery on. And at this point I thought, do I want a bow? Do I not want a bow? But instead I decided to go for the handy dandy mini pine cones from the Dollar Tree, the ones that are frosted or flocked or however you want to say it. But I just add a little hot glue right there on the greenery and just place 3 of them right on top. And this is done. I hope you like this as much as I do.
Let's go outside, the snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me, with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you.
Moving on to DIY number 2. So the first thing I did was I took this wooden riser from Target Dollar Spot for $5. It also I thought I was going to take those feet off. They did not want to come off, so they were not coming off. It also looks like a cutting board shape. I just thought it was the cutest thing. And now I just made a vinyl decal with my Cricut. I did find this in the paid version. It was already made for me, but I just thought it was the prettiest font. I just loved the way it looked. And it just says NOEL and has a little snowflake. And I just thought it was just so pretty, especially on the wood. I didn't want to do anything to the wood from that riser because I just really liked the way it all looked together. So I'm just using my Dollar Tree ruler and just making sure there's enough equal space on both sides. And right at the bottom, I really wanted to make sure it was straight. So I just pressed that on really well, and then you just pull back the transfer tape, and you could see here it was giving me a little bit of problem, but it doesn't give me as much problem as the cutting boards from the Dollar Tree because those have like a slick film on those, and those are really hard to get the vinyl to stick to. But you could see here on this side, when I do the bottom section, it really comes right off. There you go. And look how pretty that is. I just love it. I was going to put some greenery at the top, but then I decided I just love it the way it is. So I took some Dollar Tree rope and I burned off any extra fuzz on there. I just tied a little knot at the top, and I love the simplicity of this. I think it is gorgeous, and sometimes less is more. And this is done. I hope you like it as much as I do.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll talk a cup.
Next up is DIY number 3. But first, let me tell you about my 2 YouTube friends that are joining me in this challenge. I was so excited when they asked me to be part of it, and of course I said yes. So first off, we have the Crafting Cousins. Kay and Trish are amazing. You will absolutely love their channel if you have not checked it out already. Make sure you go over there and give them some love and just go see all of the wonderful inspirations that they create. And next up, we have Wendy from White Sparrow Living. I cannot express to you how much I love this woman. I think of her as such a dear friend, and I am just so blessed to have her in my life, and I do mean that. She is so wonderful. And let me just tell you, that girl can craft. She is amazing. So again, I am so excited to be part of this Yuletide Trifecta. Check out the description box below. I will have the playlist linked down there for you. So get some more Christmas inspiration. And when you're done watching my video, make sure you head over and check out their Christmas DIYs. I cannot wait to see what everyone made. And if you are new here, my name is Kat, and welcome to my channel. If you like DIYing home decor pieces on a budget, then I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and if you hit that little bell, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And with all that being said, let's get back to the craft. So the first thing I did was I took this ready-made wreath I got from Joann Fabrics a couple years ago. I did get it on sale for like $8 to $10. By the time you buy all your supplies, it would be that much anyway, and I just thought it was so pretty and full. Then I took this Dollar General bell for $1, and I just thought it was so pretty. I loved the look of it, and just this buffalo print ribbon that I have, and I just fed it right through the middle of the wreath and through the bell hanging part. And then I take this thrifted basket plate hanging thing. I love these. You can get them for $1, $2 at a thrift store, or if you have some already. I just think they are a great backdrop to a wreath or other Christmas decor, or any decor really. And I decided to use masking tape instead of hot glue in case I want to change it up for another holiday season. And look how easy and inexpensive. And this is done. I hope you like it as much as I do.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It's the night of the dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoicing.
Next up, we have DIY number 4. So the first thing I did was I took this 3.5 by 5 frame from the Dollar Tree, and I am just going to take out all of the inner content. And be careful with those little prongs because they break off so easily with these Dollar Tree frames. I just take everything out, but I did save that backing just to make it a little thicker. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Next, I take this pet bandana, also from the Dollar Tree, and I loved the buffalo check print on it. I thought it looked so wintry, and that's what I'm going to use here. So I am putting my glass piece right here on the pet bandana, and I am just going to give myself about 1 inch to 1/2 inch on all sides, and you can see I'm just using my scissors and I'm just cutting around it very simply, and it actually fit right there in the center. Now I'm going to notch the ends off so they don't get too bunched under there. And you can see I'm just using regular hot glue, and I am just going to fold it over. And make sure you hold it there a second before you move on. And you can see right here, I'm going to fold over the other side. So the next thing I did was I want to get a good corner. So I am going to like kind of crease it in as you would like a present. And you can see I'm kind of like folding the corners in first before I move on to the whole other side. And then I move on to the last section. Fold in the corners, and then fold up the flap. And I do feel the glass gives it a sturdy base, and it will hold it nice and taut inside of that frame. Okay, so I just kind of put that in the frame, and then I realized without any backing it would be a little loose, so I did decide to use those styrofoam strips just to give it a little more thickness, and like it will pull that picture forward. Now I'm taking this ornament from Dollar General. It is a tin tree, and it had like a little loop at the top which held that hanger, and I cut that off, and I figured I'll just glue this same bow right at the top again because I really did like the bow. I like the two different buffalo checks, the different sizes together, and I just like the way that looked. And because this is more of like concave, I decided to put a tumbling block from the Dollar Tree right on the back, and this is my way of hot gluing that tree right to the center of the frame. And it pulled it out a little bit, and it gave it more dimension, and I liked the way that I liked the way that looked. Now I'm taking that same bow, and I'm going to put a little hot glue right here at the top. So at this point I was thinking about if I was going to add anything else to this piece, but I really liked the small and large checkers to this, and I also loved the dark wood frame, so I decided to leave it alone, and this is the final product. I hope you like it as much as I do.
The snow is falling down. I've been longing for this Christmas, when everyone's around to share this holiday. Yes, it's a time of happiness, a time of joy, but now this year is twice as special, 'cause I'm hoping for forced to fall in love in this winter wonderland. Chilling by the fire as I'm trying to get your attention.
Next up, I have DIY number 5. So the first thing I did was I took this Tart Tin from the thrift store. I guess that's what you would call it. Is that a Tart Tin to make tarts? I don't even know. Can you tell me in the comments if that's not what it's called? But I'm going to call it a Tart Tin. So I decided you could either use like a card that has a really pretty image on it, but I am going to use this music sheet paper that I also got from a thrift store, and I got a whole book of it. But you could also just go print out music sheet for a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas song, but no one's gonna know unless they read music. And really, who's walking up and saying, well, this is a country song, right? So it's fine. But I used a regular stick glue and just glued that right inside. Sometimes Mod Podge like bunches up on me, and so stick glue, way to go. I put that right inside. I love the way it looks. So cute. I used this ribbon as the hanger. I do change that out because I picked a different bow ribbon and I didn't think the two looked good together. So yeah. So I got this, I guess you would call it like, I don't know, leaf ribbon from Hobby Lobby a while ago. It comes on a spool near where you find all the ribbons. So that's why I'm calling it a ribbon. And if you kind of like loop it onto itself, it looks like a little wreath. It's so cute. So now I'm going to just take my hot glue, put a little bit right around that wreath, and just lay it right down in the middle of my Tart Tin. I'm going to just keep calling it that because at this point that's what it's called to me. And I'm just taking this pretty ribbon. I believe I got this ribbon from, I want to say Walmart, I think. And I am just making a simple bow that you would, like how you would tie your shoes, and then I'm just going to cut off any excess, and then I usually burn the ends just to make them crispy and they won't fray on you. And now I'm going to take a little hot glue, put a dab right there at the top of that tiny little wreath, and put that bow right there at the top. Now I need to make a new hanger. You could use the ribbon that you just used for that bow, which would look so pretty as well. But I decided to go with some regular jute out. However, I really like the way that looks. And I just put some glue right there on the back and added the jute hanger. And this is done. I hope you like it as much as I do.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing out.
And here we are at the final reveal, my favorite part of the video because we get to recap everything we just made. So the first thing we made was this Let It Snow sign. I love the raw wood with the greenery and the pine cones. I just love that natural look. Yes, I do love that piece. Next up, we have the Noel cutting board / riser. Very quick and easy to make, but it just has a good impact. Love this piece as well. Then we have the wreath on the backdrop of the basket. Love this one. Use things you already have. Quick, easy things from the thrift store. Followed up by this piece ornament right here on a Dollar Tree frame. So inexpensive to make and with a pet bandana. Yeah, love it. Last up, we have the Tart Tin turned into an ornament. This is just so simple and so pretty. Love that one too. So can you guess which of these Christmas DIYs is my favorite? I'm gonna go with the Noel cutting board / riser. This was so easy to make, but when I say I love this piece, like I love this piece, and it's all in those letters. It's such a great font or whatever. It's so cool. So you tell me, in the comments below which one of these DIYs is your favorite, and are there any that you might be making this holiday season. And remember, please go check out my friends, the Yuletide Trifecta, Wendy from White Sparrow Living, and Kay and Trish from Crafting Cousins, and make sure you tell them that I sent you. Thanks, guys! So that's it, that's the end of my video. I hope you liked everything you saw here today, and I hope it inspires you to make something of your own. If you have not checked me out at Instagram over at Cat Luna Designs, please do so. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you did. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye! If you're returning. So that's it. No, what am I doing? Start at the beginning, dude. Psst. If you have not checked me out at Instagram over at Cat Luna Designs, I would love if you did. No, I don't say that. Nope, don't. So that's it. That's the end of my video. So that's it. Stop it. Luca, stop. If you have not checked me out at Instagram over at Cat Luna Designs, please do so. That was like a huge pause. My battery's about to die. Hurry up.